A long time ago, in the galaxy we're in right now, women in the United States of America were extremely oppressed. It took many, many years for women to prove that they are not inferior to men. This is their story. Welcome to 1890. Meet Sarah. She is a woman from the 1890s. The 1800s did see a lot of progress in regard to women's rights. From the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848 to the formation of the National American Women's Suffrage Association in 1890, women were making changes. Unfortunately, life at home for Sarah was still difficult and stereotypical. She tended to the garden and the animals most of the time. This is Nick, her husband. He approves of that. At home, where Sarah usually stays, she cooks and takes care of the children. What else does a woman do anyway? Oh, good, her husband is home. Maybe he'll finally come and help her with the housework, help her cook, or maybe even take care of the children with her. Oh, wait, I forgot. Men don't do that. With such a large family, there's a lot of laundry to be done. Sarah is getting a little bit tired of it. Oh, good, her husband is here again. I'm sure he'll help her do the laundry. Oh, men don't do that. Sarah knows her place. It's at home. She cleans and cleans and cleans for hours and can't wait for her husband to come home. When he finally does, she feels so happy. He greets his wife, takes his coat off, and knows it's time to kick up his feet and read the newspaper. Sarah thought maybe he'd help her, but nah, men don't do that. Such is the life of a woman living in the 1890s. Sometimes, Sarah just feels like giving up. But she sees change on the horizon. With the emergence of more female organizations like the Women's Trade Union League and the Women's Christian Temperance Union, Sarah knows that things will look up for her. She doesn't need a man. She's been doing all the work anyway. She wants to change the world. And that's women's work. This is Maggie. She's a 1920s flapper, and she does whatever she wants. And here we have Maggie, performing the 1920s Charleston. But why were the 1920s so important as a turning point for women? Well, nothing could kick off the 1920s better than the ratification of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. Women had been working to gain the right to vote for a very, very long time. Women's suffrage was an incredibly important movement. Without the right to vote, women didn't feel valued in American society. They were human beings, after all, with thoughts, feelings, skills, talents, hopes, and dreams. Now, more than ever, women felt liberated. The 1920s flapper represented the newly developed rejection of female stereotypes. Flappers did not conform to any societal expectations. Instead, they threw away their corsets, shortened their dresses, cut their hair, and presented themselves in society however they wanted to. A lot of men were even accepting of this societal change. The women of the 1920s pushed for working rights and the right to participate in society the same way men always did. The women of the 1920s really did break stereotypes. These women smoked, they drank, they danced, and they discussed current events and politics with men. Unfortunately, men often took advantage of women's newfound promiscuity. this liberation led to many, many years of men feeling entitled to women's bodies. Oh hey, it's the mid to late 1960s. This is Kerry. She's right smack in the middle of the hippie movement, as well as the feminist movement. Back in the 50s, women were largely stereotyped again. Betty Friedan's The Feminine Mystique gained a lot of popularity in the 1960s. It described the entrapment of the common housewife and inspired women to value themselves as more than a stereotype. These feminists pushed for rights to their own bodies, like the right to use birth control. Men, on the other hand, didn't like this. A common feminist activity was the burning of bras as a symbol of their liberation. Women truly started to have drastic control over their own lives. Men would just have to get used to it. Although women gained rights throughout history, they still had a long way to go. Today, women are doctors, lawyers, politicians, scientists, and anything else they dream of being. Women today won't give up on the fight for their rights.
Pan up starting. Look. Take a drag.
I don't know how to do that.
Do it again.
Oh my God. I have tuberculosis.
We promise it's not a real cigarette.
Wait, let's prove to Amanda Mock it's fake. It's fake.
It's fake. Maggie just sucks at breathing.
It's so fake.
She's got the polio.
It's not focusing.
Probably spike binding.
Oh no! Clothing!
Stop! We have to read. For your girlhood, jeez.
Here, no, put this hand up here. Give him that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Nick, give me a look.